Every year, there are Steam Next Fests, a short time that video game developers put out a demo of their game. It's kind of like a sneak peek, sometimes by weeks, months, or even years before we get to see the final thing. Because of the demo state of the experiences, many of them are cut together for better or for worse, so I'm not going to judge things too harshly. Sometimes the experience is different than the final product, but at least you get a general feel of what's going to be going on with the game and such. I'm trying to play as many of the over 400 games as possible, trying to find things I like and learn what cool new things developers are doing. So in the words of Gene Starwin, let's go. Volume 4. Developed by Sparrow Knight and published by Twin Sails Interactive, News Tower allowed me to participate in my childhood dream of working in a journalistic outfit that actually prints real papers IRL. The perfect balance of The Sims meets business management. There was a lengthy tutorial to start, but with plenty of systems to learn, what did I really expect? I knew what I was getting into. But once that passed, I was a crafty and competent, newly hired publisher of a paper, sending out reporters on leads, hiring new staff, and taking cues from the mafia as to not get on their bad side. Done with plenty of Art Deco flair, and a style that makes me think Crash Course meets American Modernist, News Tower's appreciation for simple yet beautiful period references is unique in the business sim market. The music, to be expected, is a wonderful mix of modern and classic jazz, with moody sax solos and a contemplative piano, in an endless ebb and flow from every subgenre you could imagine. From big band to small trios, it really is an outstanding soundtrack. I really dug my time with News Tower. The only thing I really disliked was that, like all similar sim games, the bathrooms were an ordeal. Does everyone have this issue, or is it just reflective of some deep-seated trauma I've yet to resolve? News Tower is smooth and addictive, and is in early access now. Developed by Moonloop Games, LLC, and published by Firestoke, Hauntii, sporting a hand-drawn style and limited palette, has a terrific execution of 2D and 3D spaces, combining a handful of inspirations that I didn't know would work so well together. The twin-stick Mario Odyssey possession system with a Genesis Noir meets Hollow Knight flair is talently executed and perfect in aesthetic balance. Gorgeous landscapes and an afterlife I don't think I would mind too much. If you stray from the main path, you'll be overcome with the darkness, and it begins to affect the visuals in a I'm losing my grip on reality kind of way. It also has imagery of angels that is both playful and religiously account accurate. One of my favorite things about this game was the amount of silent storytelling. Its dedication to showing and not telling gave me feelings, and I hope to experience that strange alien sensation again soon, due the second quarter of this year. Developed and published by Refik Games, Emberward delivers on the tower defense roguelite deck builder I've been looking for. Giving me grid defense by way of Dokapon Kingdom aesthetics, the card decks give you specific tetramino shapes to slow the impeding forces. Able to sacrifice money for more cards is an especially intriguing mechanic, as you weigh the pros and cons of giving up another turret for the chance at another long tetramino. Addictive and a clear example of the just one more run mom mechanic, Emberward is due the second quarter of this year. Developed and published by The Boag, whose name is extremely cute and makes me feel like I'm a baby talking about Star Trek, gives us the demo Normal Fishing, in which you fish and use excellently diversified super normal fishing minigames to bring in the catch of the day. There is absolutely nothing surreptitious about normal fishing. Normal fishing is super normal, with a building evolution of the day-to-day fishing cycle, and a mix of spooky synth and retro 8-bit soundtrack that I hope was composed with LSDJ. Normal fishing is hiding nothing, and everyone that lives near the lake is super normal. Normal fishing has plans to continue being normal and is due to come out soon. Developed and published by Thunder Oak Interactive, Godsworn brings together Age of Empires 2 and Warcraft 3 to something that is a near-perfect balance. Easy to jump into and twists on mechanics that made me happy instead of turned off. Godsworn gave me a look that said, "You're going to be playing me for a very long time," and I nodded diligently in return. Crafted in a way that feels inspired instead of derivative, the demo got quite a few hours out of me. I'm excited to see things like Godsworn and Stormgate as they continue to improve on and deliver an excellent game experience in a genre that I feel has been long abandoned by other industry leaders. Godsworn is coming to early access March 28th. Underspace, developed by Pasta Space Interactive and published by Camland Games, is a rough-around-the-edges alpha-build early access experience that I kept playing. Ambitious in ways that made it easy for me to say, well yeah, of course the voice acting isn't up to par. Yeah, I don't like the face masks either. And yes, the textures are giving me 2008 energy. When I land, I use F keys to navigate the space stations. I got soft-locked on a space gate. I crashed into a planet feeling it was perfectly telegraphed spot to land. But this being the only diamond in the rough I fell for this next fest, I'm never letting go. Compelling in narrative and deep in cool lore, I went from insurance fraud convict to freelancer, star chaser, new guy on the team to hotshot show-off. I was sold. The aliens, politics, and factions have me. I can't get into Farscape. I didn't like Hyperion. The Expanse, to me, is boring, and Star Wars lost its spice. But this has me? I can't believe it, but I believe in Underspace. If Pasta Space pulls this off, with what are sure to be many challenges ahead, I will be forever thankful. Because cruising the space highways, taking missions with my team, getting caught in a space storm and seeing a larger-than-planet space tentacle in the periodic lightning illuminations is really super cool, and I hope anyone else that plays it sees what promise it has. Underspace is planned for early access April 10th, 2024. Developed and published by Gravity Games Arise Co. Limited and Gravity Co. Limited, Tokyo Psychodemic is a visual novel mashed up with an immersive sim mystery. Opening with footage of real people's FMV style and not reminding me of a recent global pandemic whatsoever, Tokyo Psychodemic begins with a lengthy onboarding process, but is worth the wait when you see the beautiful, full animated conversation inserts, raising the visual novel craft as a whole. Now, I'm not sure they're the first ones to do this. I'm not an enormously well-versed visual novel person, but it does have the power to make me one. I think this is one of the barriers to entry for a lot of gamers, and to see it executed in this fashion has me signed up. And that was before I experienced the full-fledged Sherlock Holmes TTRPG mystery theater mechanics going down. Checking crime scene photos, contacting dark web contacts for professional input, and skimming through security footage. Shortly after that, it had me feeling those feelings of binging a riveting anime series that you periodically recall throughout the rest of your life and say, heck yeah, that was an amazing anime. So here I am, waiting for the release of Tokyo Psychodemic, and feeling real excited. Tokyo Psychodemic is coming out soon. Big Brain Studios Inc., developed and published, Sushi Ben is a VR game slated to also have a flat-screen version at launch. With terrific uses of anime tropes such as insert panel reactions, a deity friend perfect for carrying all my gear, and a sun that flares when I look straight at it, Sushi Ben put me right in the middle of an anime in the best way possible. With quirky standoffish characters I needed the help of, a in-distress cute sushi restaurant assistant, and an evil duo that needs no help looking like dummies, fishing is only the start of mechanics that are to be in Sushi Ben, and with the promised option of flat-screen version as well at release, I think many people will be very happy when they get their hands on Sushi Ben. Due sometime this year. Synergy is developed by Leaker Studio and published by Goblins Publishing, a city builder that takes a few cues from Mobius's works. The game centers itself around detoxifying water, balancing sustainable resource gathering, and making beautiful districts dedicated to special social needs. It brought up my childhood memories of playing Pharaoh, and that's a big compliment. Experiencing an aesthetically pleasing and eco-conscious city builder was new to me, and some of the mechanics were pretty original in thought, but still very enjoyable. Synergy has a planned release in the second quarter of this year. Developed and published by Takayakata, Aden took a plot from an anime, maybe most animes that have ever existed, and ran with it. Robot girl comes from the future or something, with amnesia, doesn't understand human society, and is taught dance and uses it as a weapon. You will ram into enemies and then force them to do cute kawaii J-pop duo pose routines till they are defeated. And they will be defeated. A game mechanic that shouldn't last as long as it does, Aden makes me think about how many genius games are held back by only their lack of imagination. Taka Yakata has done something really special, and I could not stop laughing shortly before being utterly challenged to grab a hold of those baddies and force them into the proper dance formations. Each level's boss is more akin to your soon-to-be best friend next episode feelings, and comes in a variety of anime stereotypes with their own special attitudes and drives. Aden is a small but mighty experience and due to release soon. So that's it for Next Fest, Volume 4 in the can. I ended up playing over 118 games this week, and I feel pretty good about it, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I can celebrate by playing some more demos. Of course, if you have any recommendations, inspirations, salutations, feel free to tell me. If you think I'm a love or hate something, let me know, reach out. This has been Fib Likley, and as always, play games, because they need your love and support like any other good pet. And you've got that backlog that's been neglected for years now, so what are you doing? You can't just drop them off at a shelter. That's irresponsible and cruel. You signed up for this relationship, so it's time to buckle down and do the work.